I was hoping you could provide an overview of the process. What does the workflow look like in terms of analyzing fingerprint samples from sample preparation through to GC-GC, I would assume?
Yeah, that's a good question. The process we use is designed to closely mirror methods used by forensic investigators in the real-world crime scene. But that's hard to do because whatever they use might not kind of work with whatever we could do in the lab and how we would wish to extract the samples. But so we have a small adjustment, of course, to suit our research goal. But basically what we do in the research lab, and again, and the end goal is to mimic whatever they do so they don't have to change much stuff while bringing the samples to you. But here now we started placing the fingerprints on clean microscope slides, which serve as a control surface for our experiments. Then we extract the chemical compounds from the fingerprints residue using a protocol that's very similar to what crime scene investigators would use. And the main difference is that we add a specific solvent during the extraction process to help us recover a broad range of chemical compounds for this analysis. Now, once we kind of complete the extraction, we are left with the solvent containing the fingerprints, chemical signature. But before we can run this on our instruments, we need to remove the solvent. And so that's when your organization's microbot systems kind of come in, because they are able to very quickly evaporate the solvent. And then the MICROVAP is incredibly efficient tool for this step. It kind of allows us to do this very quickly without losing any of our target compounds. So yeah, fast, easy to use, and it's going to help us to streamline our workflow in the lab. And once we have this, then we are able to add our control amount of the solvent with internal standard, and then we can finally run these through GC GC-TOFMS or GC-AL, which then gives us detailed insight into the chemical composition of the fingerprints. And that's where the data analysis and the model kind of development begin. So while this might sound simple on the surface, each step in the process is really carefully designed to preserve as much chemical information as possible, because sometimes even the tiniest detail can be crucial when you are trying to kind of age a fingerprint or link it back to a person or ever. And this is the process, and then we have a different conditions that we test. One of my students who will be driving next week, she tested different lighting conditions and how these for the affect these kind of ratios and concentration between these compound percentages.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm happy to hear the MICROVAP's working well for you.